What's going on, guys and girls? As you probably read from the title, this is going to be my reaction slash breakdown slash I don't know kind of video for the Microsoft press conference. Mainly what it's going to be is I'm going to talk about what I thought was amazing in this press conference and just get through some of these announcements. Some of these are mind-blowing. So did you guys watch the press conferences? I certainly did. I had a great time watching them, and this is the Microsoft one, so let's get talking about the Microsoft press conference, because that's what you're here for. So first of all, Microsoft came out with their big title, Halo 5, and they've got Nathan Fillion in this cast. Oh my god. You can probably tell that I'm a big fan, but getting back to Halo 5, look how pretty this looks. First party games always look really good on the home consoles, but man, this looks good. They might have a Blur Studios doing the cinematics, because I know this is a cinematic cutscene part, but the gameplay part looks just as good. And then look at that. That is Nathan Fillion. That looks like Nathan Fillion. And then from a story point of view, this game looks super duper interesting. We've got Master Chief back like we always do, and then we've got Agent Locke, who is this new character who was introduced in the Halo Nightfall TV show, and they're both going to be playable characters, and for some reason Agent Locke is hunting down Master Chief, which we don't understand quite why that is happening. That is probably going to be a big part of the Halo 5 storyline, but then you are also playing as Agent Locke, and then you're also playing as Master Chief, so it looks like they're going to do this kind of dual storyline, just like they did in, what was it, Halo 2, where they do it with the Arbiter, so Master Chief and the Arbiter. This time it's going to be Master Chief and Agent Locke. So as you can see, this is gameplay, and all of these characters that you're seeing are playable. So it looks like they're going to be like a team. You can have a team of 4, so if you're playing as Agent Locke, you've got 3 other guys, and then if you're playing as Master Chief, you've got 3 other guys, and all of these people are playable. So if you want your friends to join you in playing through the Halo 5 campaign, they can. You can have up to 4 people. Now Halo is known for having these massive set pieces where it looks like you're just a small thing in this massive world, and that is the same thing in the Halo 5. And then you also get the comedic sort of enemies that you always know from the Halo franchise. So I've got a question about this part here. So if you are playing with 3 other friends, and say you are Master Chief or Agent Locke, and you're seeing this kind of like cinematic sort of thing here, what do your friends see? Do they see the same thing? Do they pretend they're Agent Locke for a second, or are they seeing something completely different? That is something I'm really interested in knowing the answer to. And then they cut to this like kind of montage of the story elements. It looks like the Flood might be back, kind of thing. What we saw just then, it kind of looked like the Flood might be back. So the Halo 5 campaign looks amazing, just like they always do. They also showed off a multiplayer, brand new multiplayer mode in a multiplayer trailer. And I'll link that in the description below, just like I did in the other video. I'll link the entire conference, and then I'll link as much as I can of the segments that I can find. So that's all they showed off for Halo 5 Guardians, and they also have a release date of October 27th of this year, so it's pretty cool. It's coming out this year. And then Microsoft moved on to their next game. This game looks very interesting. It's a brand new IP. We've never seen it before, and it's called ReCore. They only show a cinematic trailer. They don't show any gameplay. It looks like a very pretty cinematic trailer, and it looks like we're going to be playing like as a female protagonist, and then we're going to have some sort of robot AI characters that might help us. We might even be able to control the robot characters, and they look really interesting. I really love the art style of this, and as they just show off here, that it's from the makers of Metroid Prime, and then they showed this shot here, and it makes it look like that we're going to have this kind of really quite large world to explore. We don't know much about it. It might be a very linear world. It might be a very open world sort of thing. It looks really super interesting. Hopefully it does have some super nice graphics like it has in this trailer. I know this is a cinematic trailer, but hopefully it's going to look pretty, because this cinematic trailer looks really pretty. And we're going to see some more robots show up here. She's kind of exploring around. We've got this robot sort of psychic, this little dog thing, and she just found another one. They both have a very similar color scheme, and because of the blue lights, and we're going to see the evil ones which have red lights in them, you can definitely tell that it seems like there are maybe two different companies that made these, or there is some sort of way that some of them have become evil and some some of them are still good. As we see here, we're going to have a bit of a face-off, a bit of combat. The combat looks interesting. It looks like we might have a couple of weapons up our sleeve. That little grappling hook looks pretty cool. We don't really know much about it until we would see some more gameplay, but just based on this trailer, it looks really interesting. And then here, it looks like that the spheres in the robots seem to be some sort of power source, but then they also seem to be some sort of brain, because what she does here is she picks up the sphere and from her robot dog who just committed suicide to save her, then she's going to place it in this robot, and then she's going to like treat it as if it already knows her, as if it was her dog, and she was just like, you're back, kind of thing. Like, welcome back. And just looks really sort of interesting sort of gameplay that could really come out of this game, just with these sort of few dynamics. And then we get this kind of really big boss looking thing, and it's like, oh, we gotta take this thing on, let's go and do it. And then we get a bit of a jump action. So hopefully it's got some really cool stuff in it, and then we get the cool sort of reveal of the name that is called ReCore, and it's coming in spring 2016. Then what happens is Microsoft's Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, comes on stage and he makes one of the biggest announcements of E3: backwards compatibility. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that they just announced this, and they kind of made a stab at Sony with the fact that they said that they're not going to be charging you to play the games you already own. So that's definitely a big stab towards Sony towards their PlayStation Now system, where you rent out the old games and use Gaikai to do it. For this one, it seems like what they said is if you own them on your Xbox Live account, then what happens is, like a digital version, then you'll instantly be able to they'll just show up on your Xbox One system, and that you can say, I want to download this game now. So then also for the disc-based versions, if you put the disc in, I believe by putting the disc in, the machine will read whether or not what game it is, and then it will say you can then download it somehow. Not sure quite how that's going to work, especially with rentals, because then people would be just like, I own this game, there's a rentals. And they also said that there wasn't going to be every single game. I think they said there was about 100 or so titles that's going to be when it launches, and then as they ask more and more developers whether or not they can do this with their games, they'll get more and more titles added to this library that you can play on your Xbox One. And they also said that it was if you're playing an Xbox 360 game on your Xbox One and it had a multiplayer, you would be able to play with your Xbox 360 friends. So that just kind of makes this Xbox system so much more bigger. Just the player base that you can connect with just becomes a lot larger. And then they talked about a brand new controller. This is pretty interesting because of the all the third-party controllers. This is going to be like a real kick in the guts to them, because Xbox is releasing their own kind of a pro controller sort of system. So what it's got is like adjustable everything. So you've got all these extra little flaps that you can take on, and then you've also got pro level precision. So it looks like it's kind of going to be like a third-party controller almost, but it's going to have all of the high quality build of a first-party controller. Hair trigger sort of set up so it looks like you don't have to pull the trigger as far in. Then you got this extra little part on the D-pad, which makes it kind of all thing, and then everything is like customizable. You can change everything around, which is pretty interesting, and it looks pretty cool actually. I actually want to try and get one and see what it's like. And then they got the EA guys out on stage, and this was a pretty big announcement as well. So EA Access was rolled out last year, and what it does is it's a subscription service that for EA games on Xbox that allows you to get access to games for free, but you're paying your subscription. You also get discounts on EA games, but then they've now announced a new feature to it where you get games early. You will actually get every new EA game a few days or so early. So for Madden, they're going to give it you 5 days before anyone else can play it, which I don't know how I feel about this. And they also said it was for Need for Speed, and I'm just like, I don't really like this announcement, because I'm not a big fan of a whole lot of subscription services that you have to kind of sign up for. I don't like the fact that you just buy all these subscription services and then you just always have to have them. I would rather like just be able to buy something and keep it to myself. That's just personally my opinion. So once they finished announcing that, they moved on to Forza Horizon 6, which just looks stunning. It always looks visually stunning, Forza games, but this one just looks in particular good. So that all of everything you're seeing is in-engine footage. Pretty sure some of it's even in-game footage, gameplay, so stuff like this. And they've also, I think they announced it, that they're going to have a dynamic weather, so you just saw a whole lot of weather effects. Then they've also got 1080p, 60 frames per second. They're going to have tons of car. It's going to look stunning, just like you can see here. 24 car multiplayer, which is pretty cool. And they've also added night racing. I don't think they're going to have day-night racing. They might do. I don't know about that, but they're definitely having day and night racing. And there we go, Forza Horizon 6, and it comes out on September 15th. So then they moved on and they had The Division. They had a quick cinematic trailer for that. It looks really good. The cinematic trailers for The Division always are fantastic. I remember the one from last year's E3 was super good. And the game looks really good. They had a gameplay trailer, not in the Xbox one, but in the Ubisoft conference. So I'll talk about it when I talk about the third parties that were at E3. And then what they did is they moved on to Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and man, does this look good. I'm a big fan of Rise of the Tomb Raider, and well, I'm a big fan of Tomb Raider, and this actually looks really good. I loved the reboot they did last year. Hopefully they're not going to have some annoying multiplayer like they did last time, or at least make it, you know, semi-decent multiplayer. And this game just looks amazing. Look at this visually standard. Now this is going to be an Xbox exclusive, a timed exclusive for Xbox. We're not going to be able to see this on the PlayStation 4 this year. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure a whole lot of things they say was like the only place to play all of these games this year. And I think it was like Halo and Tomb Raider and a couple other games. All the other games, can't remember. But anyway, look at this stunning. The Tomb Raider game has always looked pretty stunning. They kind of like the competing with Uncharted, very similar genre and all that sort of stuff, and they just both look visually stunning and they both play so well. And I just can't wait to get my hands on this. I think it's coming out November 10th. This year for Xbox One, and then maybe as well as PC at the same time. I'm not sure about that. And then on PlayStation 4 we don't know. Still don't know when that's coming out for PlayStation 4. And this gameplay trailer is really exciting. Now what I might do is I'll just skip through it a little bit, just so that we can see some of the more action-packed sequences. The game, it looks stunning. I'm really excited to play it. Look, we're even going to have avalanches coming down, as long as this actually, I'm pretty sure this would be a part of the game that we're actually going to play. It comes out November 10th, I believe. And they do announce, they show that at the end of this trailer, that I might not show you because I might just move on to the next thing, but this game just looks incredibly good and I just can't wait to play it. And remember, I will be linking all of the trailers in the description if you want to be able to check out the full-length trailers. So then Microsoft brought out Minecraft, and they also brought out the HoloLens. So they showed Minecraft playing on the HoloLens. So basically, this is an augmented reality headset. It's not a virtual reality headset. So what it's doing is it's just changing, it's adding things on top of the world that you can already see. So the real world. So as you can see, this is a real table, and he has just placed the Minecraft world on top of this real table, and it's just basically tricking his eyes into seeing something really awesome. This just looks so cool. It's so different to what Sony and Oculus are doing with the Project Morpheus and Oculus Rift, where they are going full-on VR, and these guys are going for a real augmented reality, which is so awesome. Because imagine playing like this, instead of playing with Lego blocks, you'd be playing with Minecraft stuff. I don't know how well it would work for a gameplay perspective. Obviously he's just like looking at her and following her and stuff like that, following someone else who's playing the game, and it just looks amazing. I'm super excited to see more about this. Too bad I won't be able to play any of these or try any of these out, because I wasn't at E3 and stuff like that, all the way on the other side of the world, so oh well, I was just watching it go like you guys were. So they also showed off a whole lot of small indie games that are coming to Xbox through the ID at Xbox program. One of them was really cool looking. It was like a early 1900s sort of cartoon turned into a game, which looked really interesting. And then there was another guy who was from New Zealand, and he was like, "Represent!" That's so cool. And yeah, so The last thing they showed off was the Gears of War 4 trailer. I think they just called it Gears 4. It is a full-on gameplay trailer, so if you guys want to check that out, feel free to. It's personally not a game that I'm interested in, but I think someone said that it was the Xbox's second largest franchise, so many people love this game. It's just personally not my thing, but if you are a fan of the series, then definitely check it out, because it was actually a really good trailer for the game, and it's really exciting, quite good looking trailer, and the game looks pretty good looking. It's just personally not a game that I'm interested in. And that's all that's really happened at the Xbox conference, and that's all I'm really going to talk about. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the E3 conferences. Let me know what was your favorite part in the comments below. And now it's time for me to say, see ya guys and girls.